Multi-talented actor Kristen Bell stars in the new Netflix series Nobody Wants This. Bell plays Joanne, a relationship podcast host who develops a romantic connection with a very hot rabbi named Noah, played by Adam Brody. In the clip you're about to see from the show, Joanne tells her sister Morgan all about her feelings for Noah.
Morgan, you're gonna die. Okay. Noah and I were playing this fun cat and mouse game, like pretending like, let's just be friends. And obviously we both know that is never gonna happen.
Okay, go on.
And I did this cute thing at the restaurant where I was like, I don't think I can stay.
Let me guess, you stayed.
Oh, I stayed.
Yeah.
And then we walked down the street and ate ice cream. You know when you see annoying couples like walking down the street eating ice cream and you just want to kill them? We were that couple.
Kristen Bell is also an executive producer on the show. Kristen, thank you so much for being here.
Thanks for having me.
I love a good rom-com. This is so funny.
Thanks.
It's fantastic. I can see why it brought you back to TV, but you tell me why it brought you back to TV.
Well, I never really know what I'm gonna do next. I don't have like a laid out plan, but it came across my desk after I had taken a few years off just to stay home with my family, raise my kids, and it just felt right. I think it got my attention because I thought it was like edgy and thoughtful and funny, and I hadn't seen a rom-com this grounded in a while, especially dealing with like all the modern perils of dating, like dating apps and cultural differences, and I just thought it was really well written.
Adam Brody was the one and the only pick for the hot rabbi. He plays it well. Why is he perfect for the role?
I just call it gut instinct. I was reading the script and like on page 3, I was like, there's only one person who can pull off this level of charm, and that's Adam Brody. And I've known him for a long time. We've worked together a few times, so we work together really well. He's a great collaborator, and I've pushed for him from the beginning.
You know, Tony mentioned rom-coms, and when they hit your spirit the right way, they feel so good to watch. But you say that we need rom-coms right now. Why so?
I think because they're happy entertainment.
Yes.
You know, there's something to look forward to, and you feel a sense of joy and love when you watch them, and it's just, I like happy TV.
I feel you on that.
Yeah.
It also brings you into it. Like, I was watching it, I felt like I was like one of your sisters. I was giddy, you know, when like you guys were having the chemistry, I was like, and then he said something witty, you said something witty, and I'm like, oh, they're so funny. They're meant for each other. It is so good. Now, you're also executive producer, so what other things does that entail, and what is your favorite part of being executive producer besides also the acting part?
I like paying attention to where the storylines are going, because when you're an executive producer, you know a lot of behind the scenes info about where your character's gonna end up, and you can add little like Easter eggs or seeds and sort of play the character in a fun way. But I also really like the scheduling of it all, to be honest. I'm kind of like an AD at heart. That's the person who like writes down the schedule and tries to make it the most efficient. And I'm really good at like our family calendar. So
you're A-type.
Do you have color coordination on your calendar? Are
No,
we like,
no,
we're not
I'm
at that level?
I'm not that good.
Are you
I
at that
just try
level?
to make sure they don't overlap.
No.
Okay, so what is Dax like in your personal relationship when it comes to finding the balance? You said you're scheduled, you're straight ahead, you figure things out. Is he your opposite?
No, he's pretty good at schedule as well. He's my opposite in every other way.
Okay, in
Every other way.
Yeah,
That
yeah,
seems
yeah.
like a lot of ways.
It's all the ways.
Wow.
And you say opposites bring the best out of each other.
I think so. It certainly does in my relationship. Because we're constantly disagreeing about things, and it just keeps it fun and interesting. But there's a level of trust where I always want to hear what his opinion is, even if I disagree. It's very stimulating.
Yes.
I've got another question in the vein of art and life affecting one another. So you've got 2 daughters. You play a relationship podcast host in the show, so you're giving advice on relationships. Do you and Dax have ideas of what kind of advice you're going to give your daughters as they get older and go out there in the world?
I have no idea. I think that's really going to depend on the need of the child. I mean, what if they desperately want to get married at 18? What if they don't ever want to get married? What if they want to have kids? What if they don't? I think it's so individual.
You're just going to say, as long as you're happy?
I mean, kind of,
Really?
yeah. Unless
Maybe-
they ask for advice.
And maybe not put it all out there on a podcast like your character does on the show.
No, not about our kids.
Although she hesitated there. She was like, maybe.
You have been in this industry for a long time. I mean, Veronica Mars is, 20 years ago? There are young boys and girls that are looking to get into this industry and take this journey, which you know has its highs and lows. What is your best bit of advice for them?
You gotta hustle. You gotta hustle. You
love
cannot.
that.
I mean, for me, I never expected it to come to me. I knew I just had to keep putting myself out there, and you just have to make sure you're okay with doing that in the midst of a lot of rejection.
And you've done such good work that I think makes the world a happier place.
Yeah, we
Anna
appreciate
from Frozen is how you're best known in my household. So many amazing projects.
We appreciate
Wait, are you the voice
contribution.
of Anna from Frozen?
I am.
Get right out of my head. Oh my gosh.
Tony!
And you sing.
Kristen
That's your
Bell.
singing voice.
Yeah.
It's also
I'm
a
a-
singing voice.
Oh my gosh.
So talented.
I was today years old. Kristen Bell, thank you very much.
Season 3 follows the fate of the guests and staff at a luxury resort in Thailand. Our guest is actor Walton Goggins. He stars as Rick, a troubled man in search of answers about his father's mysterious past. Now, he has a major part in the finale, so we're going to warn you now. There are some spoilers alerts here in this conversation. That said, you have to watch this segment because we are so glad, Walton Goggins, that you're here in the studio.
Welcome.
I don't know where to begin. No.
Finally, I have people to talk to.
Yes, I know.
Because it's been years, right?
It's been so many years.
You know, in the ending, it's been locked up.
For a very long time. Yeah. And I know we're not going to talk about the ending, but it was.
We're going to talk about it in a bit because Michelle had said people are going to hate Mike White after this episode. I just thought it just showed how brilliant Mike White is yet again. Because on TikTok, there were 1,000 different conspiracies about how this thing was going to end.
I heard all of them like, on the streets.
And none of them called this. What did you make of all the conspiracy theories?
Well, you know, I mean, I all of us, you know, kind of being out in the world, had to had the good fortune of listen to people tell us their version of the story out on the street. And I had my fair share, and I just listened to them the way that I listened to Sam Rockwell, you know, in episode 5,
What
you
a
know,
scene.
without judgment and just nodding,
What a
And
scene.
some of them got very close, but
Really?
no one guessed it.
But can I just talk about your expression during that scene with Sam? Because that's how I felt too, watching, like, what the hell are we listening to and hearing this? What was your thinking as you were looking at his face? And when you first read it?
Listening without judgment.
I don't know. Without
How do you
is
not
that
judge
what you
me?
say?
Yes.
But not really.
Fair enough. Yeah, it was, you know, Sam's a really good friend of mine, and we all read that monologue, you know, when we read the scripts for the very first time. And when the day came, Sam and I, we didn't rehearse it.
You didn't rehearse it?
No, we didn't really even talk about it, you know, very much at all. You know, he's a dear friend of mine, and we just kind of sat opposite this table, and he just kind of went into it the way that he went into it, and it would just happen so organically.
Gosh, and now the finale, Vlad.
The finale
What you got?
was incredible.
Is this where we say spoiler?
Well, so here, it's up to you. I mean, we do have a spoiler, and I want to warn the audience. I hate sharing spoilers, but it's such a big finale. Everybody was talking about
Yes.
it. We do have a moment from the last episode. Now, a major part of your journey was your quest to find the man who you believe killed your father.
That's right, yeah.
This is a spoiler alert, folks. So if you haven't watched this episode yet, please, like, skip this part.
Yeah.
You end up killing Kun Jim, who...
That's a big spoiler alert.
It's a big spoiler. This is
Yes.
a big spoiler.
Yes.
And you find out that Kun Jim is actually your father.
Yes. In that moment, I do.
What was your reaction when you read that?
Well, you know, reading it for the first time, understanding that is where we were headed, right? And that's the Mount Everest that we were climbing. I knew that it was going to be a very patient, slow walk to get to that point. And I sympathize so greatly with Rick's pain, because his entire life story was defined by this event that, you know, he was told by his mother, and the genius of Mike White in that revelation. Rick only has a couple of seconds to register it before he is being fired at.
But in addition
and so
to
you
that,
never really get that.
But in addition to that, the Rick and Chelsea love story too.
Yeah.
Which I thought was a really true love story.
Yeah.
I
What
agree
happens
with
to
you.
them too.
Yeah, I agree with you. I mean,
was also a shock.
I think it is the first love story in The White Lotus, and it was always a love story. And, you know, their relationship at the beginning of this experience, that wasn't their relationship 3 years prior when they met. It was because of this, you know, event that
Walton,
kind of happened.
They're counting us down with 4. I want to say I do think your hairline is sexy.
Hey.
Walton Goggins. We'll be right back.
Our next guest is not one, not two, but three-time Emmy-winning actor. Did you get that part? We're talking about Uzo Aduba, who's calling her latest character fearless and lethal. That's quite a combo. Aduba stars in the new Netflix murder mystery series, The Residents. Shonda Rhimes is an executive producer, and Aduba plays, listen to this name, Cordelia Cupp. Who is she? She's the best detective in the world, thank you very much. She's called in to investigate every person at the White House after a mysterious death during a state dinner, and she's reluctantly paired with an FBI agent. What could go wrong? Here's a look.
I'm here if you need anything.
I don't need anything.
Well, if you do.
What would I need?
Federal resources.
Like a tax refund?
I'm here to help.
No, you're the guy they put on the case to make sure I don't put my nose in things that might be uncomfortable for everyone, and you're the guy who tries to undermine me when I tell them the truth. I've met 100 guys like you, and I don't remember the name of a single one.
My name is Edwin. I'm not that guy. I'm really just here to help.
What floor?
You want to go to the party, right?
Yes.
First floor.
Can you hit one? That would help.
We are happy to say that Uzo
Great scene.
Aduba, it is, joins us now.
good.
Congratulations to you.
Thank you.
Number one on the call sheet. We'll talk about that in a little bit later. But we showed a clip earlier of you as Crazy Eyes.
Yes.
I want to talk to you about that too, but I can say bye-bye, Crazy Eyes. Hello to Cordelia Cupp.
Yes.
What do you like about her character? Number one, you were so good. Just allow me to gush a minute.
Thank you.
You were so good in this role. It's so unexpected, and you just nail it. What did you like about her character? Tell us about her.
Oh, I loved her quirky little behaviors. She
Yes.
comes to cases in a way we've never seen a detective come to a case before, you know? She's a birder as well.
birder,
so,
yes.
Yeah, so she brings some of that with her to her detective work. She's excellent at her job.
Yes.
And she loves it.
And she takes no prisoners. She has a reputation for solving the unsolvable crimes.
That's exactly right.
And part of the dialogue to me that's so fascinating is that you have no dialogue where you're questioning somebody, but you don't ask them a single question. It's your expressions that you use.
Yeah.
And the way that you move your body.
Yeah.
Was this hard to do for you?
It was, but you know that it's realizing that she doesn't want to give anything away.
Yeah.
She doesn't want.
She doesn't.
No, and she doesn't. She keeps a straight face the whole time. She doesn't want to let anything on her face indicate to her person of interest. She says
Her person of interest,
Person of
yes.
interest to start moving in a direction that she doesn't want him to.
Sorry, go ahead, Tony. I was going to say, you talked about being a birder in this role. You actually spent some time with the birding community, of which my wife and a lot of people on this show actually
Yes.
are birders.
Glad you're a birder.
We became birders during the pandemic, like a lot of people in New York. What? Everyone, right?
In the
You know,
city.
every day we learn something new about Vlad Dutier. You and your wife are
I was
birders.
photographed by AARP for the birding issue.
No.
Yes, I was.
Really? Amazing.
Yes.
Sorry.
Sorry. So go ahead. So tell me what it was like when you discovered the world of birding and how it applies to Cordelia.
Okay, I have to tell you, I hadn't thought of birding before going birding, if I'm being really honest, but I went, and I have to tell you, it's really relaxing.
Is it?
It is really
Thank you, Gayle.
relaxing.
It's not boring?
Let's not lose ourselves, but it was really we're saying relaxing. It was very relaxing. I would liken it maybe to fishing.
Ah,
you know?
okay.
Just waiting.
What would be a hobby that you have that you would genuinely pursue?
I used to knit a lot.
I like
which
that.
probably some might put in the birding
I was
category.
about to say, throwing shade.
Wow. Wow.
We were saying it's a Shonda Rhimes production, so automatically I think that you go into it thinking, I know it's going to be good, but you never know. Did you know her before, and what did it mean to get a call from her or her people?
Yeah, no, I didn't know her personally before. I knew her work. Incredible. I was a huge Shonda Rhimes fan. I did not miss a Thursday with Scandal. I've watched it twice.
Twice?
That was
Whoa.
my jam. Yes, I'm a true fan. You know, that was my show. And just like Cordelia Cupp is the best detective in the world, Shonda Rhimes is one of our best
Yes.
in the television world. And it was just a real honor when that call came. I almost didn't even need to read the script. It was a yes for me right away, you know?
Yeah.
You've got a one-year-old daughter. You just celebrated her birthday. You've said that she has been critical to helping you find
there she is.
your inner peace. Oh, my gosh.
Yes.
Can you describe what, before that then, you weren't able to land that inner peace?
Yeah, you know, I think for me, there were so many things outside of myself, whether it's my job, just trying to connect or land fulfillment. Maybe.
Yeah.
And not that those things weren't fulfilling. I love my job. I love what I do. I love all of those things.
Yes.
But I just didn't know there was another level to love.
And it is
really-
another level. And don't you find your heart just expands? You wait. It just blooms. Can we just talk about Crazy Eyes for a second? 'Cause
Yes.
when we looked at the clip, we went, oh, yeah, I remember. She was real crazy. Now she just looks crazier now looking back. Where does she sit with you when you look at her?
Oh, my gosh. You know, I think if I can draw a connection to the part that I'm playing now and the part of Crazy Eyes, both people are unapologetically themselves. They are steeped in authenticity.
Yes.
You know, Crazy Eyes to me is someone who was just so pure, so honest, so herself for better or for worse. And she didn't know any other way to be than the true version of herself. And that certainly was something that I took from her pocket and put in mine.
I can't wait for people to see it. Are you nervous about people seeing this? I'm not. Are you nervous? What are you nervous about?
I get nervous all the because I love it. I love what I do. I loved making the show. Our cast, we had such a joy making it and putting it out into the world. You know, I hope it's met with the same love as we felt making it.
Yeah.
And I mean, I get nervous for everything. I can still, when I go still do a play, I get stage fright.
Really?
Yeah, absolutely. I think nerves are good. Too.
I saw you on stage with Taylor Swift a long time ago. You didn't look so nervous then?
I was nervous then too.
Congratulations, bravo, and thank you so much.
Our next guest is a new star of one of the wildest, trippiest, most entertaining shows on television. Ask yourself this: would you undergo a procedure where you can't remember anything that happens while you're at work, and then when you're at home, you don't remember anything, or vice versa, when you're at work, you don't remember anything at home? You are severed. You've got one body, but you're living these two separate lives. That is the plot of the hit show Severance, about a group of office workers who have been altered so they have no idea who they are outside of the office. Now, as you may imagine, things go terribly wrong. And in the clip you're about to see from the first season, one of the workers freaks out after he finds out about his outside personality. Take a look.
What is wrong with you? They can wake us up. What? On the outside, it's called the overtime contingency.
What are you talking about?
Last night, after I went up the elevator, I woke up outside in my house with Milchick.
What?
I saw my son.
He's severed. He didn't even know outside of the office that he had a family and a son. That is what we're talking about here. Severance, very trippy. It's back for season 2, starts this Friday, and we are joined first on CBS Mornings by one of its newest stars, Gwendoline Christie. Gwendoline, thank you very much for being here.
And Tony, it's so top secret. We had to run a clip from season 1 because they won't let us show anything from season 2 with you.
And in fact, we don't really know anything about your character. We have a picture of your character. So can we put the picture up and then talk about what it may be? So that is quite the tease.
That's not a clip, that's just a picture.
We have
what
a picture.
What does this say to you? What is this picture saying to you?
He looks cuckoo for Cocoa Puffs.
And I would say you've got that right.
But go ahead, Tony.
Yeah, I mean, so the suspicion in season 1 is that what they're doing at the office is somehow bad. And your character, looking like that, doesn't seem really good. Is she good?
Well, obviously,
Good
I
question.
can't say anything at all about my character in Severance, partially because I myself underwent the severance process in order to do this press.
Oh, we got that.
And that process will be available on the 17th of January after the show airs on Apple TV+. But there is something magical about this show, shrouded as it is in mystery, that, you know, in our modern age, we have so many answers. We can go to the phone, we can get an answer. We can get an answer to anything. We can get the behind the scenes to anything. So the idea of being forced to wait in a state of suspense is actually quite a new experience for it. It's quite a radical experience. And in that time, we get to form stories in our own minds about what might be happening. And I think it only deepens our experience.
We still don't know what their job is. We don't know what they do. But this is what gets me about you, Gwendoline, because I watched it. I watched the first season, then preparing to see you. I said, Gwendoline, it's so dark and it's so creepy. And you go, that's what I love about it, Gayle. so Take us through I'm fascinated by your enthusiasm because you watched the whole thing. How did this come to you?
So
you really wanted this.
Yeah, I did.
Tell
I
the
was
backstory.
very, very lucky. I really wanted to work with Ben Stiller after watching Escape at Dannemora. I thought it was an exceptional piece of work with incredible performances and really beautiful direction. It was a big moment and a signifier of just quite what Ben Stiller's capable of. And I knew he was creating this new show, and it came out during the pandemic, and he talked to me about it. And I watched it, and it was the newest, freshest, most exciting, dark, hilarious thing I'd seen for a long time.
And you loved it, you wanted to be in it.
Yeah, I really, really wanted to be in it, very badly. And I sent them a little note saying that I loved the show. But I also, it was about 2022, and I was having a bit of a dark night of the soul, and I wasn't sleeping, I was tossing and turning, and I was thinking, you know, what I wanted to do next, and I really would love to be in Severance, and they would never cast me in that show. I was getting really bitter.
And then what happened, Gwendoline?
Well, this is true. I woke up the next morning to an email from Ben Stiller's producing partner
That's awesome.
asking me if I'd be interested in being a part of the show. And I just sort of fell to my knees.
That's it.
With gratitude.
I love that.
That's
that
right.
came
I do too.
out
Talk
of
about
nowhere.
manifestation.
Exactly what I wanted.
The power of manifestation, exactly, Gayle. And we actually do have a clip from the upcoming season.
Do we?
In it, actor Adam Scott returns to the office to a big surprise. Check it out.
I suppose you're Mark S. I'm Mark W.
Who are you people? Perché sta in piedi in modo strano?
Would you be open to using a different first name to avoid confusion?
Welcome back, Marcus. Been a minute.
We have a clip, Nate, but still no Gwendoline. We still don't know what Gwendoline's doing. It is worth the wait.
Wait, build the stories in your own mind about what might be happening.
You are worth the wait. You are so much fun, Gwendoline.
Our next guest is Oscar, Emmy, and Tony nominee Brian Tyree Henry. He'll be honored at tonight's second annual Gotham Television Awards. He's receiving the Performer Tribute for his role as Ray in the Apple TV Plus drama Dope Thief. It follows two friends from Philly, Ray and Manny. They run a scam robbing drug dealers by pretending to be DEA agents until they mess with the wrong guys and end up on the run.
Step out of the car.
Yeah.
Manny, man. No, what, man, stop
Step
this. Oh, what are you talking
Ray,
about, man?
step out of the
What do
car.
you mean, leave me? What are you talking about?
Out
What are you saying?
Off the
What are you
car.
saying, man?
Okay.
What are you saying? You crazy mother... What the f*** you doing?
Brian Tyree Henry is an executive producer of Dope Thief. He is also nominated tonight for Outstanding Lead Performance in a Drama Series. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
What a great way to be introduced at 8 a.m. That's awesome.
Well, congratulations.
Thank you.
That's called acting there, Brian.
That's exactly with
amazing.
a capital A.
Yeah.
This is what the executive director of the Gotham said about your work in Dope Thief. Quote, he once again reveals his mesmerizing ability to convey complex emotions, even in silence, a quality that has made him one of the most compelling performers of his generation.
Wow.
Of his what, Nate?
Of his generation.
Generation.
What does it mean to be honored with the first ever Performer Tribute?
I don't know. I don't ever win anything, so I don't know. I'm incredibly honored that the Gothams, which is an awards show that I hold very dear to me, especially being back here in New York where I started my entire career acting, it means a lot. It's really cool. It's nerve-wracking because I'm like, oh God, then what do I do next? Like, what is the... But, being a performer is what I do, is what I love, so it's really nice to be honored this way.
I know, but Brian, for most of us, we know you as Paperboy. That's when we first met you in Atlanta. So you go from that to those kind of accolades. I mean, how do you process all of that about when you were first starting, what you wanted in your career? Did you dream of this
Yes, I
Mr.
dreamt
Executive
of it.
Producer.
I dreamt of it, but you know, I pretty much had to be as present as I possibly could, rather than trying to future trip about where I wanted to be. And that meant that I had to say a lot of no's to get to the yeses that I want. You know what I mean? Like I had to really be able to really figure out what fit me or what made me feel like I could really show my range and show character. So I had to like turn a lot of things down. But it's also interesting because now I'm doing this reclaiming of my name again, because as you said, people knew me as Paperboy, and I didn't realize that, I'm losing my name after a while. And so being able to executive produce and play a character like Ray gave me a chance to reclaim my name as Brian Tyree again.
I like it.
And so this character, you say Ray and Manny are in kind of like it's a friendship, it's a buddy movie in a way, right?
Yeah.
I mean,
To me, it's a love story.
It's a love
honestly.
story,
I feel like it's a love story. You have these two men, this black and this brown man who are raised in the system of Philadelphia, you know, incarcerated, and then they're spit out into society and told that they have to be men. And what does that mean? And then they, you know, come up with the scheme to rob trap houses, which isn't, you know, the best thing, but also they're doing everything they can to survive because they're all each other had. And I just wanted to explore that because it's very easy to see shows where you see a black and a brown man and violence and drugs and you kind of know that trope. But for this one, I really wanted to explore the connection, the visceral, like, love connection that these two men have for each other.
I read that you said 5 years ago you couldn't have played the role of Ray.
No way.
Why do you say that, and why do you say now you can?
I think what's really interesting about where I am now is because I had gone through my own personal recoveries and my own personal griefs that I had the tools. And I feel like if I had done this back then, I don't necessarily know if I would have made it on the other side, because Ray is dealing with all these different things that are going on with him personally, from like, you know, addiction to, you know, loss of his mother, loss of, you know, his freedom. And so because I'd done the work on myself, I felt like I could kind of be Ray's sponsor in a way. I was like,
Yes.
oh, I can come in and actually usher this black man to the other side and actually like show him that there's a reason worth living.
Can I just say I like the red hair look? You know,
Thank
that is
you.
the look of the summer.
I saw you,
And-
Gayle.
Yeah.
You influenced me quite a bit. So I was like, Gayle's gonna do, you know, Hot
and
Girl
then I
Summer,
saw
I'm
you
gonna
at the
do-
Met Gala. Can I just say you clearly got the assignment? You see him, Nate?
Yes, Orange Culture was the brand.
Yes, Orange
Wow.
Culture, based out of Nigeria.
Look at him.
Great.
Yeah, thank you. No, it was a really great collaboration. I knew that I wanted to make sure that I gave an homage to my alma mater, Morehouse College, where, you know, dandyism also took place. But I also wanted to give a shout out to Andre Leon Talley, so I did the robe, and, you know, it was also based on African kings. It was fun. Like, I was like, this felt like it was made for me, it was made for us, and so I just really wanted to go out there and have a good time. We were having a good time at the gala.
It was a good time, but we're talking about you because executive producer. Will there be a season 2?
You know what? If the people
Speaking to
want
the
it, if the
microphone.
people want it, I'm not opposed to it, but we'll see. I mean, you see that we left it pretty open-ended, so we'll see.
Yeah.
Well, listen,
the ending.
you
Whoa.
are incredible. This project is beautiful. It's gritty, morally ambiguous. It pulls at your identity, your loyalty, and your instincts to survive. And you nailed it, along with everybody else involved in this project.
Oh, it's a great ensemble, right?
Yeah.
One of the best ensembles I've ever had the pleasure to work with.
Brian Tyree,
Bravo.
you are the absolute best.
Our next guest is Academy Award-winning actor Cate Blanchett. Her new project is the Apple TV Plus series Disclaimer, a psychological thriller. Blanchett plays an acclaimed journalist named Catherine Ravenscroft, who receives a novel from an unknown author that threatens to expose her deepest, darkest secrets. In this clip from the first episode, her character tries to burn the mysterious book and is interrupted by her husband, played by actor Sacha Baron Cohen.
What are you doing? Catherine! Catherine! Not that! Catherine!
It's about me.
Why are you burning this book?
It was sent to me, and I think I'm being punished.
Punished?
Oh, God. Oh, God, I'm being punished.
As you said it, darling. Who is trying to punish you?
I don't know. I don't know. Who sent that book?
Punish you in what way, darling?
Oh, God. I'm going to die.
It's such an intense scene.
So
And at
good.
first, I didn't realize that was Sacha Baron Cohen.
Yes.
Cate Blanchett, thank you so much for joining us. It's an incredible series. But when you first read the script, you hated it. You threw the script across the room.
I found it really confronting. I mean, first, when you know Alfonso Cuarón is sending you a script, I mean, you know, Gravity, Roma, Children of Men, one of the great filmmakers, you've kind of already decided to do it. And he wouldn't tell me anything about it. He just wanted me to read it like you would a film script from beginning to end. And, you know, it is like a film, but divided into 7 parts.
And I think I'm a fairly non-judgmental person, and I don't like to judge the characters I played, but by the third, fourth episode, I couldn't stand her. I just thought, like, how can I play her? I have no empathy at all. And he said, just keep reading. And then I was really confronted by the end, by the judgments that I'd made about her.
Wow.
I said, it said more about me than the character in a way.
And you
Well,
say
that's
that
art, right?
You say that your character, Catherine, is mysterious and ambiguous, and of course, complex.
Like me, is that what you were going to say?
No, not at all. But you found her challenging to play.
Yes.
Why?
Well,
You are one of the most talented actors we've seen.
Oh, well, thank you very much. But I mean, it's when you're working with Alfonso Cuarón, he creates this particular type of tension useful tension on the set. And because my character doesn't have a lot of dialogue for a lot of these episodes, I had to sort of try and play the ambiguity without giving the stuff away, and knowing that she was sitting on this cataclysmic secret that she had kept hidden to her own expense. Her husband didn't know, her son, who she had a very problematic relationship, didn't know, and none of her colleagues at work knew, and they all sort of gradually turn against her. So it was very isolating, actually.
So the backdrop to any secret is feelings of shame, feelings of potential judgment, and it ends up being the backdrop here as well.
Yeah.
How do you take that energy without giving too much away? We don't want to spoil it for people, and bring it into the character.
Yeah, well, I mean, I came on board sort of as a creative partner for Alfonso, so we talked late into the night about all of this, as I did with Sasha, Kevin Kline, Cody Smith-McPhee. The cast is extraordinary. But there is so little shame in the world at the moment. And so to witness somebody who is feeling deep shame about something in her past that she hasn't confronted, that the book describes, you know, it's very hard, I think, in the world at large to get to the truth. And I think we all decide very quickly what the truth of someone is, what the truth of someone's experience is. And I think what the series really deals with is...
That was unexpected.
Yeah. It deals with...
That's what happens when you talk about the truth.
That's the tension of watching this series. But it's sort of... I think what was really hard was trying to present the truth of a person with all its... in all its complexities, but piece by piece.
Yeah.
And part of that complexity is your character's relationship with her son. You're a mother of 4. What was that like?
Yes, I have 3 sons and a daughter, and Cody Smith-McPhee plays my son. And then as the chapters unfold of the series, you realise this is a really problematic relationship, and you don't know why. And I think as parents, and I know I do this for my children, things that have happened that are difficult or traumatic or challenging in your past, you try and protect your children from that. And so she's trying to do that, but really at her own expense and at his expense as well.
So moving from acting to just living, maybe I've read this wrong, but my understanding is that now to keep yourself sane, you fill a bathtub with ice and water and then voluntarily put yourself in it.
Yeah, who doesn't?
Me.
No, my next big adventure, I said, want to go up to the Arctic Circle. I mean, we're here for Climate Week, right? So we're all talking about the melt, but I want to get up there before the ice goes so I can break the ice like Katharine Hepburn and get into that Arctic freeze.
Wow, this is like a Wim
You've got to have an
Hof thing.
ambition,
Yeah.
right?
It's good for circulation.
It's good for this.
Yeah.
Because I have so much going on. Children, I mean, this was such an intense
Oh, and it just
shoot.
focuses
with
the
Alfonso.
brain on the body?
You're so cold, you can't think about anything. I've tried
true.
yoga, I've tried meditation.
It is true.
But literally it just goes...
Yeah.
True mindfulness.
Oh my
I haven't
God.
done
I'm
it,
gonna
but
try
I
this.
Yes.
I'm gonna
But
try
you've got
this.
the gesture.
Yes.
Do it.
Yes.
Yeah.
Cate
Yeah.
Blanchett, such a pleasure to have you
Thank
with
you.
us.
Our next guest is a comedian, author, and now Emmy-nominated actor. That's right, Jenny Slate is nominated for her very first Emmy for co-starring in the TV miniseries Dying for Sex. Inspired by a true story, Molly, played by co-star Michelle Williams, goes on an adventure to explore her, how can I say this, sexual desires after being diagnosed with terminal cancer. Slate plays her best friend, Nikki, who decides to be Molly's caretaker throughout her journey. Take a look.
Are you okay?
Yeah, I am fine. Well, actually, whatever. I didn't really know how to tell you this, but I got fired from the play a month ago.
No.
Actually, I quit. Or it was a quit fire situation. It's not a big deal. I missed a bunch of rehearsals, which is whatever, but I didn't want to tell you because I did not want you to think that it was like because of you or it happened because I'm taking care of you. No,
It is because of me.
No, it's not.
Jenny Slate joins us now. Good morning. Welcome.
Morning. Thank you for having me.
Good to see you again. First off, congratulations on the first Emmy nomination. So I hear your phone was on Do Not Disturb
It certainly was.
while the nominations were announced. So once you got back to your phone and finally checked it, what happened?
It really was one of these, it was a true surprise. It felt like I was just in my life. My husband was traveling, which means my daughter got to have a special sleepover in my bed, which means I got kicked in the face like 40 times in the evening. I woke up, I was just doing all my mom stuff, went to acupuncture, got really chilled out. My phone was on Do Not Disturb. And I turned it on and I was like, oh my God, I forgot, I'm an actor. I'm on the show. Yeah, very, very exciting.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
So you really came up through comedy. You did improv or comedy in college, and you say that you were drawn to this character because of the variety of the script. What did you mean by that?
Yeah, I think a lot of people do comedy because they have actually various deep emotions that they're trying to express in a way that feels appropriate for the intensity of those emotions. And for me, I love doing comedy, and it's kind of a knee-jerk reaction, but as a performer, I've always felt that I could do so much else, but I wanted it to feel as vital and true as my comedy has felt to me, and this role really offered that, for sure.
So this series is based on, it's a true story about Molly Kochan, am I saying her last name properly? Who was a YouTube star, an influencer. Your character, Nikki, is based on Nikki Boyer, who's also an executive producer of this series. How did she help you understand the grief that she experienced in portraying her on the screen?
Yeah, I mean, none of us would have been able to do this if it weren't for Molly and Nikki, and it's because of them that we've had this beautiful experience and like a job, you know? Nikki is an incredibly giving person, and that isn't just like that she checks in a lot and she's a wonderful friend to me, but that she's willing to really clearly describe how, you know, now I think 6 years after Molly has passed, she still works through grief. It's a long process. Just like loving someone is hopefully a forever process, the feelings that we have about our bonds and the people we're intimate with, they're supposed to last forever. And that is bittersweet. And Nikki is a wonderful, wonderful friend still to Molly in spirit and in her heart. And to be able to actually have Nikki on set and to ask her about, you know, well, what is it like when you're expressing anger in the way that you do? Not that I've ever seen that side of her at all. But she was just so incredibly giving.
This script is provocative, it's complicated, it's layered. It tackles the fragility of life, morality, your sexual desires, sexual abuse. There's so many things that you can pull away from each episode. What do you want people to take away from this series, but also their story as friends?
I've thought a lot about this, and I think one of the things to take away, at least for me, is sort of like a wake-up call that, let's say something really great happened to you, like you were a high school athlete, or for me, a speech team star because I'm bad at sports, or something terrible happened to you, like the abuse that Molly went through. I think there's certainly a chance for anyone to feel that those moments that feel really large define the rest of your life, limit you, or set you up for certain things. And I think our show really shows that experiences, even if they were experienced in a certain way, can be retooled to help you have new experiences.
Gotcha.
That there's always a chance to make something new, even out of how you feel about your past. As long as you have a future to live into, the best thing to do is to try to make choices to open yourself up to get what you really, really want. And
Jenny.
Yeah.
Vibes today. Yikes. Ow. Okay. Yeah, it's beautiful.
Yeah, it is beautiful. Well, Jenny Slate, we appreciate you.
Congratulations
Thank you so much.
on
You're
the Emmy.
awesome.
I've been a fan of, I told you last time, I've been a fan of yours forever. This is well-deserved.
Yeah,
it's been a
you're
long time.
so good.
Yeah, you captured your character. Drove me crazy at times watching your character on the screen. A hot mess with a heart of gold.
I loved her.
You
I was
captured it
like,
perfectly.
I want a friend like
And
that.
that Emmy nomination is so well deserved.
Yes.
And I hope you bring it home.
Very proud. And also, hello to my little niece Nadine. I know you're watching.
Hey, what's up, Nadine?
Nadine?
What's going on?
Shrinking, the Apple TV Plus series, now shooting its third season, centers around a therapist, played by Jason Segel, grieving the loss of his wife. The dramedy includes the friends and family around him, like Jessica Williams as Gabby, a fellow therapist. From the start, Williams has earned praise for her scene-stealing ability. No easy task with an ensemble including the likes of Segel and, as you saw, Harrison Ford. We caught up with Williams on set last month to get a closer look. What was it like coming back again? Season 3, you guys, now you have 2, but now the family's back together again.
Yeah, it's good. It's cozy.
Whether in person or on the screen,
You ain't that complicated.
actress and comedian Jessica Williams makes an impression in both style and substance.
I'm overwhelmed, okay? I'm juggling these patients. I'm teaching that class. I haven't even unpacked my new house, right?
Are you living the life that younger girl, you growing up, had kind of dreamed of at this point?
I don't know. I think when I was younger, I wanted to be like Lizzie McGuire or like something like Hilary Duff. Like, I think I was in like fantasy land.
I'm so excited for this new stage in your journey.
Although hearing her describe the set of Shrinking on Apple TV Plus from her character Gabby's office, Fantasyland doesn't seem too far off.
There's this really sweet sort of like, we're all in this together, all sort of encouraging each other and all laughing at each other. And so what's really nice on this show is that there isn't that. It's like best joke wins.
Please, we all have favorites. Mine is Annie.
Oh, the one who slept with her mom's boyfriend just to prove he was a cheater.
Uh-huh. I love that messy.
My favorite thing, even when I'm not acting, is goofiness. Like, I like goofy people, and I really like people that have a sense of, like, they could just be playful in the drop of a hat.
Were you always like that as a kid
Yes.
Growing up just outside Los Angeles, Williams was an introverted, observant kid and a big reader. She says that goofiness was her coping mechanism, her grandmother helping build her comedy repertoire.
When I would stay with her, we'd watch Saturday Night Live, we'd watch Mad TV, we'd watch South Park and The Simpsons.
Wow.
That was me at like 9 or 10, you know, really kind of processing comedy and knowing that it was always a really valid medium.
What was it that you loved about comedy?
What I love about comedy, especially when I was young, was things would come out of my mouth faster than I could think it.
She credits the LA public school system's performing arts programs with helping her develop both her comedic and dramatic talents. At age 22, while still in college, an audition changed her life.
I was auditioning for a Will Ferrell movie. The casting director, Allison Jones, was like, you might not be right for this, and you might be too young, but they're casting The Daily Show. Can you come in a couple days and put these, you know, a couple of these scenes down on tape? And I was like, sure. And I think it was like a couple days later, I was in the cafeteria meeting my best friend in between classes. And I got a call that was just like, oh, like they saw your tape. They want to fly you to New York to audition in the studio with John. And I just remember we were just like screaming and we were like, oh my gosh, like, holy crap, this is crazy, this is crazy. And I just remember being in the studio and all I heard was this like sort of someone going la-di-da-di-da. And I was like, what is that? And it was Jon Stewart coming in his suit and he walks up to me and he shakes my hand and he's like, I already saw your stuff. I think you're really funny. All you have to do is focus on being present with me.
Go to our senior Texas aquatics correspondent, Jessica Williams. She's in McKinney tonight.
Williams joined The Daily Show in 2012, spending 4 years as a correspondent.
What do the Democrats have left?
They need to dig deeper. Get the minorities within the minorities. Pansexual Whole Food shoppers with dreadlocks.
What's up, everybody? Welcome to Two Dope Queens!
After leaving, she launched the podcast-turned-HBO special Two Dope Queens with Phoebe Robinson.
I think I should be able to be how I am, however I need to be.
Movies and series followed, including roles in Booksmart, Love Life, and the Roadhouse remake.
How does everybody know my name?
That's just how it is around here, man. I mean, it's a gossipy sort of island.
The audition for Shrinking, another unforgettable moment. A Zoom with co-creators Bill Lawrence, Brett Goldstein, and Jason Segel, who stars in the lead role of Jimmy.
I came up watching like Apatow movies. Like that was it. Freaks and
Which
Geeks.
is,
that was
that's
like
Jason. Yeah.
That's it. That's my, and I don't want to swear because it's Saturday morning.
You
but
can,
that was my
it's okay.
stuff. That was my right? And everybody my age at 35,
Keep it real,
that was
please.
it,
Yes.
you know?
Siegel also remembers that first meeting.
We had made a deal that we were going to do a chemistry read with anybody who came in. And when we met Jessica, we threw that out the window and just hired her on the spot.
Does she know that?
Yeah.
I'm a strong big boy. I'm a caveman. Me kill elk with mouth.
No more talking.
What was it about her that all of you knew this was the right person to play Gabby?
Well, we needed somebody to be a bright light in the office. And as soon as we met Jessica, she had so much energy. She had so much passion about the project. And she's also just a genius.
Oh my gosh, is this like a throuple sitch? Because if not, you guys looking for a tall, black, sexy third?
That genius, he says, in her ability to be present, ready to respond, no matter her scene partners, including Harrison Ford, who plays Paul, Gabby's boss and mentor.
I got a lot going on right now, you know? Work, teaching, being a dungeon master.
That a sex thing?
No, Paul, it's a Dungeons and Dragons thing. I feel like Gabby can push really hard into comedy, but I also feel like she can just get to the heart of the matter. And so it's really rare to be able to be on a style of show where I can just flex my muscles and expand and contract.
God, this sucks.
Yeah, it really sucks. But you're gonna figure it out. I know it. You and that mysterious head of hair.
Do you see yourself as one thing, or how would you describe yourself?
That's a nice question. I see myself as Jessica, and I'm really lucky to play Gabby because I think it's a really good showcase that shows kind of the beginning of what I can do. But I want to win an Oscar. I want to, you know, go back to my theater roots and do something, you know, on Broadway. Like, I want to do everything. I want to do music. I want to, like, be in a band. Like, I want to do that. Like, there's so much that I want to do. And I feel like right now I feel limitless.
A good feeling to have is what I said to her. And, you know, everybody should have someone like the way Jason Segel talked about her, talk about them. And he said that quickness that you think every actor should just have that. They don't. And it's what's made her so successful already, and that ability to stretch in different ways.
She's such a multi-hyphenate and
Yeah.
so courageous and bold about what she wants and what she will accomplish. You believe her.
Oh, without a doubt. She was just fun to hang out with, too.
Yeah, I caught that, DJ.
Yeah.
I'm a little envious. Let's go back to LA. I want to hang with her. Yeah.
Don't hesitate. Don't hesitate. Hit it. Yeah.
Oh, no. I'm sorry, I hesitated. I'm sorry.
Go, we're going to lose him. Go. Oh, God. Don't hesitate. Just go. You did it! You did it!
Oh, that was scary and fun.
That is comedian and actor Jeff Hiller as the endearing Joel in the beloved TV show Somebody Somewhere. Hiller's list of credits include roles on TV shows like American Horror Story, 30 Rock, and Community. Now he's out with his memoir, Actress of a Certain Age, My 20-Year Trail to Overnight Success. It features a collection of very funny and personal essays about climbing the Hollywood ladder and getting his big break in his 40s. Jeff Hiller joins us now. Good morning.
Good morning.
Good to see you.
Thank you.
All right, so I love how you subtitled the book, you know, your overnight success, which took many, many, many years. And you have this love of reading celebrity and actor memoirs. And so your book includes footnotes for people and how they got their big break. And it sort of starts with the chapter name of a memoir of somebody that you love in film and television. How did you come up with that idea?
Well, I spent the last 25 to 50 years comparing and then despairing. And I thought, let's just highlight it. Let's talk about how this is something that we all do, and it's not very helpful. Julie Andrews got My Fair Lady at 19. How does that affect me? I don't know.
But so what is your message, though, to young people or anybody who's in this profession, which can be, I'm imagining, it can be very, very debilitating to go out for roles and to struggle to find that moment when you finally hit it big. And yet you kept doing it, and a lot of people do.
Yeah, well, I mean, one, maybe I'm just a little dumb. And two, I think that really, this is a story not even about trying to make it as an actor. It's about not giving up on yourself. It's about saying, like, hey, even though I got this asymmetrical face and this humongous mouth, I'm still allowed to have dreams and pursue them. And I think that that's a beautiful thing, even if you want to be, you know, an accountant.
I like how committed you are to not pretending that the slog part of an actor's career is somehow romantic or fun, and also calling out other actors who will not be named who have got a 10-year slog, but it's between the ages of 15 and 25.
Right.
Like, come
the
on.
poor thing. Oh my God, 26. And all I have is this Oscar. Yeah. I think that, really I want to just be authentic. And I want to say, like, it's not easy. It's not always just this perfect dream, which is the reason I've read so many celebrity memoirs, is because I wanted to see that it was easy. And I just thought, well, let's just say it was this long slog. It was a long climb to the lower middle tier of the ladder.
I have to tell you, Jeff, you did such a fabulous job of, like, just kind of laying it out for us. It's a great read. It's funny. I laughed out loud so many times. But there's some poignant moments here. I love you dedicated this book for good parents everywhere. I'm so glad I had mine.
Yeah.
You talk about bullying. What was it you wanted to get out to people reading this?
Yeah, I mean, I know this is a shock, but I was very bullied as a child growing up profoundly gay in Texas in the 80s.
Not in Texas.
Yeah, it was of a time, and it was of a place, and but it was not just like cute bullying. It was really traumatic bullying, and so the only way I got through it was having parents that supported me and provided me with unconditional love. And I just feel like I wanted to dedicate that not to only my parents, but to all of the people out there who are raising kids and giving them that unconditional love, which is so important. I think the world would be a lot better if that happened a little bit more.
Did you ever think about Sorry, Tony.
Go ahead.
Did you ever think about quitting?
Yeah, sure, sometimes. But, and I'd sometimes tell myself, I'm gonna quit. But then I would never tell my agent or, my husband, so that we could move to someplace that was more affordable. So I think there was deep down in me, I couldn't quit. I just needed to have a little control to tell myself I could.
What was the moment you realized you wanted to be a performer?
Oh, when I watched E.T. at 4 years old.
Yeah. I cried like a baby. I loved your moment, though. You give kids an opportunity to explore. You've been to Africa. You went for so much of your life without going anywhere. And then all of a sudden you go someplace that most people never even thought about going.
Yeah, I studied abroad in Namibia. I wanted to do it in Ireland, and my study abroad advisor was like, how about Namibia? And I just said, okay. And I ended up in Southern Africa, and it was a beautiful moment that changed my life and opened my eyes and made my life so much better. More interesting.
We have to read this Tina Fey quote on the back of the book. She describes Jeff Hiller as a human crocheted blanket, and I want to lay on a couch underneath him. One of the better blurbs
I know, it's really good.
That's really
if I may blurb the blurb, I will say top shelf.
Yeah, she gives a good blurb.
Yeah.
Jeff Hiller, the book's amazing. It's really funny. You are incredibly funny. Thank you so much for coming on the show. We really enjoyed it.